This is Connie Leonard here at Russell Lee Park. You are seeing an amazing rescue that just happened. An adult and a 2-year-old girl being pulled out of a hole as far down as 18 feet, we are now told. And just a second ago, a huge roar of applause came over this crowd. The lady standing next to me said, "Praise Jesus, thank the Lord." Everybody out here is praying for this little 2-year-old girl, a coach, guys, who went in the hole and went right after her. As soon as he saw this 2-year-old fall in the hole, he went right in, didn't even think about it, went in after this little girl. A youth league football team plays here, and apparently there have been holes all over this field that they've asked the city to cover, they're telling us, but it hasn't been done. They had some cones around the area where the little girl fell down. They just brought the little girl out. It looks like they're still going back to get the coach now. We are told both are conscious. Just an amazing thing, just seeing the little girl being pulled out just seconds ago. Again, the crowd has been here all night waiting for this little girl to be pulled out. It happened at about 7:45. Again, during this youth league football practice, a little girl just ran off, accidentally ran in the hole, and the coach went right after her. Of course, we're going to have a full report coming up live on Wave 3 News at 11. Now back to regular programming.
Good job.
We're following breaking news right now. Let's take you live to the scene. This is in West Louisville at a park there at Russell Lee Park. A dramatic scene unfolding right now. You're looking at live pictures. A 2-year-old child had fallen into a hole at this park. That child was just pulled out of the hole, and now they're going after a man who is also in this hole. This man went in after the child. Wave 3 News' Connie Leonard is on the scene right now, and Connie joins us now live with the latest. Connie?
Hey, Shannon, yeah, we want to give you one more update here from Russell Lee Park. As you said, they did pull that 2-year-old little girl out of the hole just a few moments ago. We had it live right here on Wave 3, and it was really amazing because this crowd just cheered, and it was pretty wonderful. You as a parent, myself, everybody around that's a parent can certainly know what that feels like to see the rescue of a child and her be okay. It certainly seems like she's going to be okay. The coach that went after her, basically this little girl was on the sidelines probably watching one of her relatives in this youth football league, and she just kind of ran out onto the field. There have been these holes on the football field, practice field here in the park, that they said that they've asked the city to look at and to please come and fix, but that hasn't happened. Well, that little girl fell very far. They're saying maybe as far as anywhere from 10 to 18 feet down. The coach didn't even hesitate at all. He went right after that young girl and pulled her, and to pull her out of the hole, but then he hung on to her. Then they needed Louisville Fire and Rescue to come and get them both out. Again, they have gotten the little girl out, still trying to get the coach out at this time, and certainly nobody's going home. Everybody wants to make sure coach gets out safe, and quite a crowd here since 7:45 since this happened. Shannon?
Connie, are you still there? Connie, can you hear me?
Yes, I am.
So
yeah, I can hear you,
this has been
Shannon.
going on for about an hour. Explain to me the situation, if you will, about holes that people have seen there at the park previously.
Yes, exactly. Basically, the Little League football team practices out here, and they practice from March on, and they have asked the city, they say, to please come out and repair these holes. There are some sinkholes, there are some sewer grates that have been missing, that they've taken money out of their own budget and bought some orange cones and put them up around these holes themselves. They said they asked this week on Tuesday for the city to come back out again and fix these holes, and they say it hasn't happened. Again, they're going down right now. You're taking a live look, trying to get the coach out, the coach that went in after the little girl. trying to get him out. Right now, a rescuer is going down, hopefully to get down there low enough where he can stick his hand down and pull that coach out. This, again, all started about 7:45 tonight, and quite a crowd on hand here, Shannon.
Yeah,
it's a little loud hearing you right now, but it's everybody just wants to check on this coach. What a heroic thing that he did, just running after the girl without hesitation and going after her into that hole.
Absolutely. If you're just joining us right now, we're following some breaking news. Emergency crews were called to West Louisville Park after 2 people fell into a hole there. This happened during a football practice. On the left side of your screen, you see the enormous rescue effort that is underway right now. Fortunately, that 2-year-old child was already rescued, taken out of that hole. But the football coach who went in after that child is still under the ground. About 10 feet below the surface is what we understand. On the right side of the screen is a little bit of a closer view. So they're going in very carefully to try to reach that coach. And then, Connie, do you know how it is that they're going to try to pull him out?
Well, Shannon, just moments ago, they lowered a rescue worker from Louisville Fire and Rescue. I believe they're going to try to get him down low enough where they can get an arm, get a hand, and try to pull him out. Now, again, you know, this whole crew here is very busy concentrating on the coach, so they haven't had time to give us an update, but that appears what they are doing, because one of them just went down into that hole, which I mentioned before is very deep. We've heard everything from, 12 to 18 feet deep. So, again, we haven't heard the official report, but that is what we're hearing. And luckily, they were able to get the little girl out, and hopefully soon we'll hear exactly how they did that. But it looks like for the coach, they're sending someone else down there to pull him out, hopefully by hand, and they're lowering somebody low enough to do that at this point in time.
Now, sinkholes are not something
again, I would say several hundred folks are around here watching this, Shannon. I'm sorry?
Sinkholes are something that we typically see in this area. Obviously, a lot of them in Florida. We've covered extensively with big buildings sometimes falling into the ground. But looking at the number of people who are there, they must not be worried that the rest of the ground might collapse.
Yeah, I think this is just a series of holes. I don't think it's at first one of the coaches called it a sinkhole. I don't know what it is just yet, because again, we haven't been able to talk to officials, but this may be some kind of sewer grate that wasn't covered properly. We're not exactly sure right now what it is. However, they did call it a sinkhole. They said there are other smaller holes in the football field that children have fallen in, and again, they say that they have contacted the city about it, and they said somebody came out and mowed the grass this week, but nobody's come to fix the holes. So certainly we will hear from the city about that at some point later, but at this point everybody's focused on getting the coach out safely.
And this whole thing started about 7:45 when the little girl fell into the hole. How long, Connie, did it take for them, once they were set up and that rescuer went down into the hole, how long did it take for them to pull her up safely?
Yeah, that was just about 10 minutes or so ago, so we're looking at just over an hour, which seems like a long time, but I mean, who knows how slick it was on the way down, how dark it is down there. And when you're dealing with a 2-year-old child, I mean, they wanted to, once they knew that they were conscious, they wanted to do everything that they could just to make sure that, they got her out safely and they get this coach out safely. They're being very diligent in every movement that they're making. Louisville Fire and Rescue certainly out here with teams of people trying to do their best to get these folks out safely tonight, Shannon.
Let's see what's going on right here. You see that one rescuer pulling, obviously, on that rope that's holding the rescuer that went below the surface to reach that coach. So hopefully soon we will see that football coach. And do we know at this point, I'm sure it's too early because we've been concentrating so much on the rescue efforts, but Connie, have you heard anything about the relationship between the coach and the little girl? Was it her father?
No. In fact, they said, again, she was just a little girl on the sidelines. One of the coaches told us that the coach may have known the parent, but there are several teams that practice out here. And basically, they said he's the kind of guy who, something's happening, Shannon. Looks like they got him. Looks like they've got him. You're watching him being pulled out right now live on Wave TV. Everybody's cheering here, Shannon, congratulating the coach on going in after the little girl. Now, look, that's the rescuer coming out now. So maybe that was a false hope there. I guess they brought the rescuer out. Everybody started cheering. They were hoping it was him, but it looks like he may be right after him. Hopefully they had him on a harness and he'll be coming out. We see what looks like, we thought possibly some hand movements from not too far down. So hopefully we're looking at any minute here.
See a hand, it appears, and it looks like they could be pulling someone up.
They're pulling the rope. Yeah, they're pulling. Here we go, Shannon. He wasn't far behind. They're pulling the ropes. Oh, there he is. I'm letting you listen to the crowd here. Wow, pretty amazing, Shannon. Again, just watching what was going on, it's very nerve-wracking for everybody that was here. You just feel it in the pit of your stomach, hoping that they get out okay.
Absolutely. We all want to see what that coach looks like. Tremendous rescue operation that just took place. You just watched this live here on Wave 3 News. The football coach being pulled up. This man went in after a 2-year-old girl who fell into a hole. This happened at Russell Lee Park in the 3600 block of Southern Avenue. Everyone's out there enjoying their Thursday evening, having a great time. They were worried about these holes, and a 2-year-old girl fell into one of those holes. The football coach did not hesitate and jumped in after this child. You just saw right here live that football coach being pulled up to safety. Our camera there on the right-hand side. We're trying to zoom in to get a close look of that coach, and let's see. Connie, is that? Tell us what you see.
Shannon, you just saw another coach go over and shake the hands of the rescue workers. They're very relieved that their coach got out okay. We're trying to get a better look. Of course, all the rescue workers. There he is. There he is. Wow, that's awesome. He's sitting up. He looks like he's going to be fine.
He looks great.
Shannon.
He looks tremendous.
Cool
he's smiling. He has a lot to smile about. What an amazing story this man has to tell. Saving a 2-year-old girl, that child, we're going to get the latest on her condition too. You see the very happy people there who watched this whole thing unfold. We'll have the very latest for you tonight on Wave 3 News at 11. I'm Shannon Cogan. We'll see you then.